I'd like to welcome you to Rini Bobini Creations. If this is the first time you've popped by to check out my channel, welcome. I hope you like what you see. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing and sharing with your fellow crafters. If you've been to see me before, welcome back. I'm so glad that you are. And if you haven't subscribed already, I would love it if you did. So for today's craft, I have these two beautiful oil lamps, but they're completely clear glass and they just sort of blend into the background. And I wanted to do something to them to kind of make them stand out a little bit. So I do think you're going to like what you see. It's a technique you can use on all kinds of things, anything that's maybe clear that you just want to give it a little something. So stick with me, we'll stop yakking at you and we'll jump into the craft. So I have a couple of these hurricane oil lanterns and I really like them. You can see they need to be cleaned, but the problem is because they're clear, they don't stand out. You can't really see them. They just sort of blend into the background. So I've been kind of looking at them for a while. I'm trying to think of what I could do. So I have a plan for them to make them sort of stand out a bit more. And so let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is give them a base coat of deep burgundy, just because that's what's going to match in my home, in my decor. I am going to end up doing the crackle finish, so if you're watching and you want to do something similar, the base coat is the one that's going to peek through the cracks, so it's not the main color at the end of the day. Now with glass, my acrylic paint is the Outdoor Opaque. Now I find the Outdoor works almost like a multi-surface, not quite as good, but it does stick fairly well. So I'm going to give them 2 or 3 coats because I want good coverage over it, and then we'll move on to the next step. So like I said, now mine have little polka dots. I don't know if you can see right in the glass. So you gotta make sure if you have any kind of those details, you really want to go back and forth over them so you really get like all the way around coverage. And you can see it sticks decent, not too bad, but yeah, I am gonna need minimum of 2 coats, possibly 3, but being that this is outdoor, it also makes it a little more durable as far as you know, if you need to wipe it down or wash it or whatever, it's gonna stay. Unlike the regular acrylics, where on a glass, when you try to wash it, it does come off a bit. So okay, so that's 2. I can't remember if I did 2 or 3 coats, but it's got a good coverage on there now. So now we are going to use our Crackle Medium. So the one I've chosen is Folk Art. Now it's the only one I actually know of. I'm sure there's other out there, but this is the one I've always used and get excellent results with it. So if you've never done this before, super easy, nothing to it. Just going to cover the whole thing in the medium. Now I have been told, and I've never really experimented to see if it works, that the way you do your brush strokes is the way it'll crackle. I don't know if that's true or not, so I'm going to do them in all different directions and we'll see what ends up happening. So you're just going to, like I said, cover the whole thing. Alright, so all dry, ready to go. Now I am going to do the warm white by acrylic. This is from the dollar store. So again, just whatever colors suit you. But I'm going to go in with this sort of antique-y looking white. Now this is the part that's a little bit finicky, and I'll try my best to show you what I mean by that. So when you're going over it, you'll notice that the crackle starts to take effect pretty quickly. You can see I can go over it a little bit, but you don't want to go over it too much or you're going to end up making a bald spot. Now if that happens, don't try and fix it while the paint's wet. Try and do it after it's dry, go back in. So let me see, I'm just trying to, the little bumps make it not quite as obvious, I'm seeing. You can see up at the top, it's already starting to do the crack. So you're just going to cover the whole thing, and as I said, just as few strokes. Now you can see there that I made a bald spot because I went over it too many times. That's okay, and in some cases, if they're small enough, they will blend in. So don't worry too much. But if they are something that is bigger than you wanted, you can, like I said, go in once it's dry and touch them up. So you can see that crackle's already, oops, let me get it on the screen there. Already taking pretty good effect. Okay, so once it's all done, we need to set it aside to dry, and you can see the crackle in that and how gorgeous that is. So I'll do that, of course, to both of them. Then as I was painting it, I realized my original thought was I was going to paint some roses on there. But after painting over all these little polka dots, that's going to be quite a task, and I don't think it's going to do it very well. So plan B. Find where your front is, and I'm going to take a little tassel, and I just had these in my stash. I've seen them at dollar stores and Walmart and all of them. They're very inexpensive, but whatever you like. Just cut the little hanging thing off because I'm not going to need that. So I'm going to find the front center, and I'm just going to simply put some little embellishments. So starting with that, and then I just have these little paper flowers. These ones are from Dollarama. I think they come in a pack of, is it 9 or 12 of these little guys, and I use them all the time. Absolutely love them. Work on everything. And I know there's some amazing crafters out there who can make paper flowers. I don't have the patience. I'm impatient. So these are a great alternative. They come in so many beautiful colors, and they're one of my favorite things. Just like that. So that was super simple. Now I'm going to show you one more thing. I was looking for them in cream, but these are pantyhose. They're lace ones, so they have a pattern. And I buy these all the time for all different crafts too. These are awesome for crafts, and I've got a few coming up for you that you'll see. I'm going to find some in the cream. The black is lovely, but they're not what I'm looking for in this craft. So I'm going to cut the toe off, just like so. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do with them when I find the right color. And again, this would work like in the winter if you wanted to change it up, or I'm simply going to stretch them over my hurricane part. Now, if you do this, you do not want to use the real oil lamp. You want to use LED lights, which is what I do with this anyway. I find it makes soot, and I know there's supposed to be ways to stop that, but I haven't figured it out. I've tried all those ways, and I still end up with soot and a smell, so I just put LEDs in there anyway. Now you can, of course, glue it down. I'm not going to, because like I said, I'm going to try and find a cream pair that match what I'm doing, at least for this season, more, but I really wanted to show you this little trick. you can find all kinds of patterns. And then when you do, like I said, I just put string LEDs in here, and the patterns it creates on the walls and stuff is really kind of cool too. So I'm going to show it to you with the black, just so you can see it. Let me just get my tabs right. So that is our hurricane lamp. Let me try and do it that way. With pantyhose, and like I said, I use these things all over the place when I find a cool pattern. I use them on all kinds of things. You can Mod Podge them right on if you want it to be permanent. I like to change my stuff up sometimes, so like I might go with the black, maybe, you know, closer to Christmas, and add some, maybe a black ribbon or something in there just to pull it together. But for now I am going to try and find a cream pair to work for this, because I don't think the black does it justice. So we have it with or the tabs, or without. So I will set this up so you can see the final product all done up, and I hope you liked it. I thought it was just a really great way to add some color and make this antique hurricane oil lamp stand out, because I love them. They're beautiful, but they just kind of faded into the background being all clear. So let me get this set up so you can see the final product where it belongs. So I did not put them where they belong, take the pictures, because the mirror behind it looked terrible, but here they are all done. And I did find some cream pantyhose. I would have liked them a little more lacier, but you know, they came out okay. So I hope you do like the finished product, and I hope you come back and see me again. Thanks so much for watching.